we're going to create a lovely little gift bag. This one I've used Trimming the Town gift tag. I can see that on my iPad that I've got one person watching. It could be me, probably is. Send me a comment if you are there watching, it'd be great. Oh, Nanny's watching me. Hello Nanny, hello Mum. Very nice of you to join me. Right, so today's little box is a lovely little gift card box which you can put lots of things in. I've done a couple of others that I'll show you at the end, and to see the types of things that you can fit in them really. So to start with, you're going to need today, to make this little box, a pair of scissors, some glue of your choice. I like to use Tombow, some paper. One I've got here today is a 12 by 12 piece from the Trimming the Town Designer Series paper. It's got two sides to it, so we've got the nice green trees on one side or red. The beauty of this is you get a nice inside of your box. I'm not sure if you noticed on this one, you've got a lovely inside, so it's not plain. You could obviously use just one-sided card, it doesn't really matter. Right, so the other thing you'll need today is a trimmer if you're going with the 12 by 12. And you will need the trimmer or a scoreboard, and I have the Stampin' Up scoreboard here, which is done in metric in inches. So to start with, I'm going to cut the 12 by 12 into 4 6 by 6 pieces, because to make the bag we need to have 2 6 by 6. Now the trimmer that we have here for Stampin' Up has two functions. You've got the scoring blade, which is the light grey, or you have the actual cutting blade, which is the dark grey, so always try and remember to use the right one. The arm comes out on the cutting board so that it extends to the full length of the 12 by 12 paper, so you can cut slightly larger if you need to, but for today's session we only need it up to 6 by 6. And it's a handy little ledge there that you can push it up to, and it measures right up to the 6-inch score line there. So if I'm just going to cut that one down, I'm then going to group the two together, and it's strong enough, the blade is big enough to cut through 2 pieces of paper. So there we have our 4 pieces of 12 by 12 paper. So we only need 2 for the first bag, one bag. I'm going to use my score pal board. And what we need to do is you just need to take your first piece of 6 by 6 card, and we are going to then score in certain areas on the mat. Now, I've just turned that over just to see, because I know the pattern of this paper is pointing upwards. So when I stand my bag up, or make my bag, I want the pattern to be the right way up. I don't want my trees or my houses or whatever the other pattern is to be pointing the wrong way. So it needs to stand up right. So just to make sense, I've turned it over. So the bag is going to be 1.5 inches wide. So you would score first at 1.5 inches all the way down, and then at 4.5 inches. You then need to turn it round 90 degrees, and we're going to score again at 1.5 inches. You then need to move that to one side and do exactly the same on the second piece of paper. So we're going to score again at 1.5 inches, and then again at 4.5 inches. Turn it around 90 degrees, and we'll score again at 1.5 inches. And that's all we need to do with the scoreboard at the moment for today. So I'll put that to one side. We then have our 2 pieces of paper. So we can see there just about, I'm not sure if you can see on the camera, I'm going to wait to catch up on the Facebook page on my iPad, but as I lift it up we need to take our little trimming scissors, and you should be able to see the little trim marks, the lines where we scored. Yeah, okay. We're going to take our little trim scissors and cut up to the bottom line, to the first 1.5 inch line. This is going to make the base of our box, or our bag rather, sorry. And do that on both pieces of 6 by 6 paper. So as you can see, it's identical what we're doing. Then I'm going to take my bone folder, and I'm actually going to have the trees on the outside of this bag, I think, because I think they're really pretty. So we're going to fold over each line that we've scored and use our bone folder to help make the lines and the folds of the bag nice and neat and crisp. So that's one done. Obviously you could do the other side of the material or the pattern paper. You could make the other bag with the other 2 pieces of 12 by 12 that we cut up, so we'd end up with 2 bags. So there we have now our 2 bags. I folded that the wrong way. Let's go back that way, just to make sure. There we go. Right, once we've done that, we need to take our glue, and you're just going to put some glue on the insides of 1 piece of your 6 by 6 paper. Then you can take the second piece of card and you're going to line it up. Because the Tombow glue is slidey, you need to line it up so it meets the crease line that you've made on one side, 1 piece of card. Then going to fold it over and meet up the other side of the box bag. Okay, so there we have the basics of our box bag. I keep calling it a box. Then fold over the bottom 2 and work out which side the join is. The join there at the back of the box, that means I want the front of my bag to be there so that you don't see the joins on the front of the bag. So I'm going to take my glue again, put some on the bottom, fold it over, do the same again. Make sure you go up to the edges so that it holds it down nice and neatly. And push that one down there with your hand just to hold it in place. Put your hand in. Okay. So I then, to give it a little bit of a crease, see this bag here, we've got the little folds in there. I use my thumb and finger. You can actually score down there if you wanted to, but because the bag's so small, I just use my index fingers on both hands and just push and gently fold the box in to create the creases at the top, like that. We then take our hole punch tool to make some little holes for the ribbon to go through. I tend to do this by eye height. That one's a bit lower, but just by visual sight. Then take some white ribbon. This one is from the current catalogue. No, Mum, you wouldn't be covered in glue, you'd be fine. The lovely thing with this glue is that you can actually, if you get it on your fingers, you just rub it like that and it comes off. It's a bit like plastic, like Copydex glue that we used to have as children, younger. I don't know if they still make Copydex. Right, I'm going to use my fabric scissors to cut 2 pieces of ribbon the same length. Here I've used just over 11 inches. I would probably have done 12 just to give me a little bit more leeway, but I guessed. And then you need to thread it through the holes that you've made. This can be a bit tricky, she says. I'm actually going to get my pokey tool, technical term, lie it down and push it through. Push it through the other side. There's one. Grab it the other side. So once I've got them through, I'll just tie them in a quick knot at the other end. There's one. Alright, we're all having a lovely day. It's nice and sunny here in Chippenham in the UK. going to take the dog for a nice long walk later on, I think, this afternoon. Part of my exercise. So, again, quick and easy. You could do bigger holes if you wanted, if you've got like a slightly larger hole punch. But I tend to find that you have to have really big knots if you do that. I'm not being too precious on the knots because they're on the inside of the box. Or bag, again, I keep calling it a box. And then pull that one through. So there we have our little gift bag box that we've just recreated, and then it's up to you how you want to actually finish your bag off. I put a little gift tag on there. I used on this particular, I'm going to use now to make a quick tag using the tailored tag, and I've got some real red card here that I'm going to use because I think it'll pop and bring a bit more colour out. And I'm just going to pop a little hole in the top to make my tag. And I want some green cord to make edge of the tag, or sorry, to hang the tag on. So you could either leave that blank, or if you do have any stamp set with any sentiments on, you could add your sentiment onto that. It says Merry Christmas, for example. I'll just tie it in a double knot. No, I won't. I'm going to do it that way. And it stays at the base of the tag like that. So there you have a lovely little bag ready for putting something in for Christmas. Now the bag doesn't have to be used just for Christmas. It can be used for other events, and these are a couple of other ones I've made using different types of designer series paper. You won't see this one yet, it's not out into the catalogue until January, so it's a little bit of a sneaky peek. There you have another one with a different style again, but just to give you an idea of what you can actually put inside these bags. This is ideal for if somebody's feeling poorly. We've got some little hand gel there and some tissues to pop in, so they fit beautifully inside. Lovely little care pack there for somebody, if somebody's feeling under the weather, for example. All right, I've said I'd be 15 minutes. I think I might be slightly less. I think I might have time just to show you how to make a bigger bag with the same principles. So what I'm going to do here is I've got two, I'm 14 minutes, so apologies if I go over, but just to give you an idea for the similar type of bag. So same principle as the two 6x6 pieces of paper. We have here two pieces of 12x12, and I'm going to make you a really nice large gift bag that measures 6 inches by 3 inches. So I'm going to use this beautiful paper here that's from the Peony. I'm going to keep it on this side. So my bag is going to be 3 inches wide, so it's 3 inches by 9 inches. I'm going to rotate it round the same way, 90 degrees, and 3 inches. We're then going to go back to that piece of other card and do exactly the same. 3 inches, oh, too keen, 3 inches by 9 inches, spin it round 90 degrees, and then we will have another 3 inches there. So if you've got a score pal, brilliant, scoreboard, that's one thing you can do with it, but as I said, you can do that on your normal trimmer. You take your scissors again, cut down to the score line, and this is going to be make the base of the box bag. I must stop that. And then try and find the other ones. It's a bit tricky because it's such patterned paper. This is beautiful paper, and what you could do with this paper is you could take some pens if you wanted to and colour it in, like a little bit of a colouring in book. We're going to have this pattern on the outside. The other side is like a marble effect, but I'm going to have it as a patterned paper, patterned bag. Again, take your bone folder, crease all the edges. That's one, to one side, fold over. Again, another one. Okay, so we're ready again to use our glue. Just put my bone folder away. Again, I'm going to get my Tombow glue. I'm going to do exactly the same as I did on the smaller bag. Load it up with glue. Make sure you go to the edges because obviously that's going to be the weakest part of your bag that's likely to come undone. You don't really want it to come undone, but this glue is brilliant. Okay, take your other piece, and this one should be easier to see where the folds are to line it up. So then take one and lay it over the top. Press it down firmly. Bring the bag over. Try not to get the glue on the rest of the bag. Should be quite straightforward. Marry the sides up. Make sure it's nice and level at the top. If it's level at the top, it should be level at the bottom. Down. You can turn it over and put your hands inside the bag because this is a lot bigger. Do exactly the same as we did for the smaller bag. Bend it in on the sides. Work out where the back of the bag is. So we want that one folded in first and then that one at the back. So the front there we have no seams and no joins. Take our glue again. Can I just do that the right way? Yeah, that way. And then all the way over. Has anybody got any questions so far? I can see. Hello, Kira. I can see you watching. Oh, and my niece, Mia. Hello, Mia. Nice to see you. Well, virtually see you anyway. Hope you're well. Okay, so there is our big bag that we've got. Now, that would be perfect for fitting some lovely extra like birthday presents, Christmas presents. You can use Christmas paper for that one. We're going to do exactly the same as we did for the small one. We're just going to bend it in with our fingers, our fill fingers, and then we're going to crease it to create the crease. Now you could leave it as a bag like that if you wanted to. If you didn't want to put the handles on it, don't forget, you could then use a piece of card, for example. I've got some here ready. Not that I would use red, to clip over, and you could hole punch it and tie some ribbon in. Or you could, let's do that then, let's do a different way. So you could do is put some holes in at the top, like that, and you could thread the ribbon through. Put your gifts inside. Try and get it through without my pokey tool. There's one. Pop it through. Through the other side. Oh, I'm glad you liked your birthday card, Mia. It's my favourite hobby at the moment, can you tell? Okay. And then, because I've threaded it through like that, you can then flatten the box down and do it tight into a nice bow. Once obviously you've put your gifts inside. It's not a very good bow, but you get the idea of it. So there you have a bigger gift bag box that you can use. So there we go, small and big. So thank you all for watching. I hope it gives you some ideas of how to have a go yourself really, because it's quite easy, and enjoy. I'd like to see what you've made as well. Send me some pictures. Thank you very much. Bye.